Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, December 8th, and literally the only reason I know the date is because it says so on the tiny door that hasn't been opened yet. And today we're opening our two advents, and it is the DeVere Yarns advent on top and then the Forbidden Fiber Co. advent on the bottom. So the DeVere Yarns advent is a silk floss, which is a very beautiful harvest. It's like it's more of a pinky gold. It should, well, my camera's all wonky. It's like 6:30 in the evening. We just had dinner. We had a difficult morning. So that is the DeVere Yarns. And the Forbidden Fiber Co. is Pattern and Floss Day. So here we have number 8. I can't show you the pattern, but oh man, that is bright. That is a lovely bright solstice. It's purpley pink. It doesn't look purpley pink on here, but it is purpley pink. Here is day 8. We have a harvest silk and a solstice cotton. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, everybody. It is December 9th, which means that it is the 9th day of tiny present season. And I've already looked. There is number 9. This is the DeVere Yarns Advent Calendar, which is spools of silk. Ooh, that's bright. Bright, bright, bright. Is it pink? Oh, it is. It's a pink. It's like a magenta. Tropic. Just tropic. There you go. So that is the first one there. Okay, let's do our Forbidden Fiber Co. Yule Ball Mystery Stitch Along. Full disclosure, this is my second time filming it because I accidentally opened number 11. I'm not going to show you number 11 because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. I will have that video on, well, I'll do that video on the 11th, which is Saturday. So we're going to do 9. But that just means they get too tiny. I got to open 2 tiny presents today. So can we, oh, it's a short one. It's heavy. It's a heavy one. I'm not going to open this without pausing it. 1 second. I know what this is. I'm so excited. Those of you who know me will know why when it comes out. I don't know what they look like. Oh, tiny scissors. How beautiful are they? Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to pause you again and take them out of the plastic. Look how pretty they are. And probably sharp. I'm excited. So that is our tiny gifts for day 9, for December 9th. Tropical, silk, and tiny rainbow scissors. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey everybody, it is December 10th, which means that it is the 10th day of tiny present season. And I'm going to switch hands for a sec. Here is my DeVere Yarns silk advent calendar that is precariously perched, apparently. Ooh, we have a blue today. There we go. That's really pretty. Indigo. Very pretty. So that is my DeVere Yarns Advent Calendar. And then we have our Yule Ball from Forbidden Fiber Co. And it's Pattern Day. Pattern and Floss Day. I will pull out day 10 and drop it on the table. I'm having a difficult day today. Ooh, it's kind of a dusty rose color called Allspice Berry. I totally see that. So let me pause you and check out the pattern and talk about it a bit. I obviously can't show you the pattern, but it does look like there's going to be a Christmas tree, a large Christmas tree at some point, and this is like a decoration on that Christmas tree. So here are the 2 threads for the 2 little gifts for today, and I will see you in my floss tube either today or tomorrow depending on how I'm feeling. So either way, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey everyone, my name is Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me today on this very rainy Saturday for a Flosstube update. I think it's Flosstube 62. I did not look it up, and I'm not going to look it up now because my iPad is set for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway random comment picker that we're going to do live. The other thing we're going to do live is this morning's Advent. So you saw the clips from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Advent for my DeVere yarns and my Forbidden Fiber Co. And I'm going to do today's live. I also have whips of various textile arts, including a new start. And I have a giveaway for today. So I'm going to do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I have a giveaway that I will draw next week. And I have a gift to show because Rich and I exchanged our gifts last night after I put up the tree. So before we get to all that stuff, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me on my artistic and crafty adventures. And welcome back to everyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It has been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you are not following me on Instagram, you can find me in two places these days. You can find me at Dr._Christy. I'll put them both right here. That's where I post, you know, just my daily updates. I posted like my decorating of the tree last night. I post my weaving and my stitching and all kinds of stuff. That's kind of my daily normal fiber art account. And then I have a second account called the Spoolery, which is where I show my jewelry and home decor items that I make out of vintage spools. I love vintage spools, and so I'd make things out of them like this wreath here. And that is at the Spoolery. And just a heads up, I am leaving town on Friday. So I will be putting the Spoolery on holiday starting on Wednesday night because everything has to go out on Thursday in order to get out before I leave. And then it'll open back up after Christmas. So just heads up on that, and I will post that on my Instagram page, but just wanted to let you know. My Christy's Corner needlework with the electronic patterns and stuff, that's still open because that's electronic and digital. So I don't have to worry about that. Anyway, you can find me at both those places, Dr._Christy and the Spoolery on Instagram. This is a channel about embroidery and cross stitch, other textile crafts, and baking and history, and the history of all of those things. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. Really low energy today. Our dog has been having digestive issues. We'll just put it that way. So I've been cleaning up dog do on my carpet the past, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. And so he doesn't do that. I mean, I can count on one hand the number of times he's done that when he wasn't sick. And so I was really anxious. And so we kept him in our room last night, and he woke us up every 20 minutes until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we had a really bad thunderstorm this morning. And so I had to take him out at like 5:30. So I think I've probably had about 2 hours of sleep, solid sleep. I'm so very tired, but I wanted to get this out. So if I'm super low energy, I'm sorry. Well, no, I am super low energy. So I'm sorry that I'm so super low energy because I'm just really tired. So let's do our advent calendars first. I have my DeVere Yarns advent calendar here, and it is the 11th, which is in the middle. So, ooh, it's a silver. That's pretty sterling. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have some sterling. Very nice. And the other flavors were this like pinky peach, magenta, and really indigo. Very bright blue. Intense blue. Not bright blue, but like an intense blue. So that's great. I think I have a really nice array, and I'll lay them all out at the end and post a picture. I also have my Forbidden Fiber Co. So the reason why I feel comfortable doing this on camera is because I have already opened this. I mixed up 9 and 11 for some reason. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking through my phone. So I already knew it was in this. So I wasn't going to be spoiled by, well, mostly by Pam, because I watch Pam in the morning. Pam, Stitching the Land of Good Enough. And she got this bag too. She got this advent calendar too. And so I don't want her to spoil me So I opened it up early and filmed it for you. But this one I already knew, so I thought I had opened it up for you. And it's actually really kind of cool. First of all, I still love these bags, and I want to be reusing these bags. But they are Floss Drops. There are 3 different ones. There's purple, there's pink, and then there is like a navy. And oh, you can see the sparkles so well. Look how well they sparkle. And it comes on a ring with a sun and moon. We're very celestial. So what does it say? It says, right side up, keep your threads tidy and sorted with these sparkly star thread drops. They, along with the attached sun moon charm, continue our theme of a celestial Yule ball experience. So there we go. And that'll go nicely with the scissors that I got. I do kind of want to show you the flosses that we got in the past couple days, because we've gotten 2 that are very similar. We got Allspice Berry yesterday, and 3 days ago we got Solstice. And so they're very close, but I wanted to show them together that they are actually different. What's it called? The berry one, Allspice Berry, is definitely a darker tone and kind of more muted, and the Solstice, my brain, is much more brighter and much more magenta. So I just wanted to show you that there is definitely a difference. It's a subtle difference, but it's definitely a difference. So that's exciting. And I think starting on, I don't know, Monday maybe starting on Monday or Tuesday, I will restart the stitching, because I had that problem with the frogging of the diamond, and I needed to put it away. So this is where I am. I'm behind everyone else, but that's okay. I can catch up. And we have words, and we have what I think is going to be a house and smoke. And I think that it'll be really pretty. But I'll pick that up again probably Tuesday, because we're getting another piece of the pattern tomorrow, and then another piece on Tuesday. So I might pick this up again on Tuesday and keep going with it. And I think I'm going to take this with me on my trip home to see my family. I don't have notes or anything, so I'm sorry if I'm like totally spacey. My only stitchy whip that I have worked on, my only, like, well, yeah, well, I guess that's not true, because it's all kind of stitchy, but my only embroidery / cross stitch whip that I worked on since I saw you on Tuesday is my temperature library that I designed, and I have been working on December. And I also put a little bit of the shelf in right there. Oh, and I think I maybe did this since last time I saw you too. I may have done the flowers. So the flowers are just a lazy daisy and a French knot with, it looks like I put a straight stitch in the lazy daisy just to fill it out a bit. And I did the lazy daisy in my this light pink, because I hadn't seen it since February until this week. So we went from 70s to 40s to 50s, and then we're back into 70s. I mean, this is, you can see my numbers here, right? So this is like 49, and this is 77. I am definitely going to change up my colors for next year. I think I mentioned this. If you look at my colors, these were all full skeins when I started this project. And you can definitely see that the high 60s, that's this is high 60s, that's all I have left. 60s, 70s through the low 90s got heavy usage. All the other ones got pretty light usage. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is the thing that I've started doing in the temperature tables that I make for clients who ask me to do it on Instagram, on Etsy, is I pay attention to where there's a lot of color, like a lot of the similar temperatures, right? So in this case, it would be high 60s to low 90s. And I make that temperature distance, I can't think of the word, smaller. And then I make the top, upper and the lower, the extremes, more temperatures in that color. And I kind of want to do that for me because I didn't do it on this one because it was my first time ever doing a temperature table. So I'm going to do that this week probably. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this when I get back from Christmas. I have way too many things to do this week that I'm not going to worry about this. But this is stitched in all the DMCs, and let me grab it again, that are called for in my temperature table. And I have this in embroidery for 2021, which is this one. I have it in cross stitch for 2021, which is this one, but in cross stitch. And then I have one, oh, and it looks like this because I can edit this and put pictures in. I also have a version for 2022 in cross stitch, which looks like this. I will have an embroidery version that looks like the cross stitch version for 2022, but I will be stitching that in a different stitch for every day. And the hashtag for that is 365 stitch project, which I'll put right here if you want to follow that on Instagram. And I, at the moment, have a Google sheet of, I think, something like 180 different stitches. I'm going to put a link to that sheet down below. It's a working sheet. I'm not letting people like edit it, but you can take a look at it if you want to take a look at it. They have not been allotted to their various days. I'm going to worry about that, I think, when I get back as well. I have kind of a week before classes start, and I can get that kind of going then. But I have a good start. I have 6 months. I have 6 months worth of stitches, and they're all different. A lot of them kind of will look the same, but like the techniques are different. And I think, and that absolutely counts, right? They're a different stitch. Just because they look the same doesn't mean they're not a different stitch. Some of them are counted, some of them are not counted. Anyway, I've been working on that. So I'm going to be stitching the 2022 version of this in embroidery in all those stitches, but there is a cross stitch version. And then I'm also going to be cross stitching my temperature drink shelf, which looks like this. And that's essentially the plan. And going back to my temperature table, if you have a temperature chart and you're not quite sure how to make a temperature table, I did make a video about it. I'll post a link up here. I made a video showing how I do it. And for Fahrenheit, you want to stay 4 or fewer range. That's the word, range. Your temperature range per color needs to be 4 or fewer degrees for it to be really good. And for Celsius, 2 or fewer degrees. So keep that in mind. But if you feel like if you're better at getting information from videos, I did make a video and you can check that out. I also offer it as a service if you want to pay me to do it. You'll get a rainbow, essentially. So that's my only floss whip. We'll call it a floss whip. I don't have my second whip to hand, but I have been working like gung-ho on my Lindy Stitches Hedgehog quilt. This is the Lindy Stitches Hedgehog house pattern, and I thought, as part of Stitch Mayhem that Toni, the stubborn stitcher, came up with last May, that I would take this chart or a part of this chart and turn it into a quilt, just like a pieced quilt. So I decided to do it by hand. It's a mosaic quilt that I'm doing by hand. I'm going to hang it on my wall right over there. And I have finished piecing all of the rows. So now I have like 18 pieced rows that I have to sew together. This is what it's going to look like at the end. I didn't bring the pieces because they are just rows. You can see what they will look like here. But this is going really well. And I'm going to take this with me on my trip as well. And my plan is to finish the piecing by the end of the year. That's my goal. And I think that I can do it. It shouldn't take too long to piece, because basically I do like a running back stitch combo when I'm sewing it together. And, you know, because it's not going to see wear. It's not like a using quilt. It's a hanging quilt. So I'm not so worried about it falling apart. Not that I think it would. Anyway, I'm babbling. That is another whip that is going really, really well. And my third whip, and this is also a new start, is I got some beautiful hand spun yarn from my friend Valerie. She was not going to use it and knew that I had started weaving, like this guy here, and said she would send it to me. And so the one I chose to start with is this beautiful peach salmon-y color with blues and whites. Yeah, that's basically it. And I don't know if she dyed this or if she spun it, but it's definitely hand spun and it's gorgeous. And so this was the inspiration for my weaving start. And so this is my weaving. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around more with this, which is this yarn. So I'm going to really try and feature this yarn from here on out. Maybe add a couple more pieces of other stuff, but mostly focus on that. So what I have here is I have this yarn, which I keep showing you. I have a little bit of blue chenille that I just kind of randomly had. This I got at Michael's, which is just a wool blend. I have some wool roving. This is the cotton that I'm using as my warp. And then I have some of the mohair that I got from DeVere yarns in that big cone, which is up there and I'm not going to get it. But I thought that that little piece of like fuzzy kind of mimics this big piece of fuzzy. I don't know. That's kind of where I was going. So this is my next new start and whip. And I would like to finish this week because I'm really loving it. I love how it looks a lot. So that's really fun. That's my Advent and all my whips. So I think what I want to do is do the giveaway winner. And this is from my video a week and a half ago. So I don't remember the date. The 30th maybe? I think it was on the 30th. And so here we have this. I asked you to say the word or type the word huzzah. So let's see how many comments we have. That can't be right. It said 6 comments. I'm like, that's not right. There was a space. And so I got rid of that space at the end of huzzah and I got 33 comments. So that makes much more sense. So 33 comments. And let's see who we have. And the winner is Diane. So Di, contact me on Instagram at Dr_Christy and get me your mailing address because you have won, I should have showed this earlier, but you have won this amazing opossum bag with all the goodies inside of it. So that's really exciting. So Di says, way to go in achieving 1,000 subscribers. I'm not surprised as your Flosstube channel has lots of varied fun stuff and is intelligent too. Thanks, Di. I do try. Good luck with your Haid. I've been stuck for 2 years on Determined by Dana Bathos of Peacock and Fig. It is a full coverage pattern from her Retired Sistine collection. Huzzah. I did actually, when I saw your comment, I did actually look up, try to find this pattern. I couldn't find it. Could you send a picture of it to me when you contact me on Instagram? That would be awesome because I would love to see the pattern and what you're working on. Hey everybody, Editing Christy here. I totally forgot that I was going to give away 2 patterns from my Etsy shop. So I picked the winners for those, and the winners are Tyra J and Sycamore Stitches. So if you would both contact me on Instagram, I guess email works too. If you would, Instagram's better. So if you would contact me on Instagram or email, tell me which patterns you want with your email address, and I will email those patterns to you. You can find all my patterns on my Etsy shop. Sorry about that. I'm tired. Did I mention I was tired? All right, back to Flosstubing Christy. Bye. And I'll comment on your comment in the next couple days, just in case you don't watch this, which, you know, it's always a possibility. Especially when it's a bit of a hot mess. I'm feeling a little hot messy right now. So the next thing is this week's giveaway. I'm trying to do a giveaway every Friday just in the holiday spirit. And so this week I have a fun giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a 9-inch thread winder from R&R Woodworks KY. They are on Instagram and they have a website. I'll put that right here and I will link them down below. This is a 9-inch thread winder. And I will also give you a project tracker from Penguin and Fish, a pad of project trackers. I think this has 20, but I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember how many this has. but it has all the information about your project. So that is what I'm going to send to my next winner. And I did not come up with a word. I didn't come up with a word. Why don't you put project? Put project in the video, and I will pull this actually next Thursday because I'm going to pre-record next Friday's Flosstube on Thursday because I'm leaving Friday morning to drive, 1,000 miles. It is what it is. So if you want to win the project tracker pad and also the thread winder, please leave a comment down below with the word project, and I will draw that on Thursday before I record my next Flosstube. I decorated our tree last night. My husband put on Muppets Christmas Carol, and that always gets me in the holiday spirit. It is the best Christmas movie, hands down. It's like, it goes on every time I decorate, every year. It just makes me really happy. I have it in digital form, in DVD form, and in VHS. The Muppets Christmas Carol is the best. I will fight you. I will fight you. So you put that on, and I decorated the tree. And so this is a picture of what my tree looks like, and I really like it. I did post a short, actually. My first short. I think it went okay. It took a lot of time, though. I think I did like 15 or 16 different takes. It's fine. It ended up fine. I don't know why I was so worried. It's just a stupid tree. I just didn't want to make anyone sick because I kind of went around the tree and like showed the ornaments. Anyway, here's a picture of that. Here's a picture of my fireplace, which I also decorated kind of lightly. I'm decorating pretty lightly this year because I don't really want to worry about taking it down when I get back. So we also, because I'm leaving on Friday, he's staying here. He has to work still. So I'm leaving on Friday. So we decided to do our Christmas gift exchange last night. I haven't given him his big gift yet just because I'm still waiting for it to come in. But I told him that if it comes in, he can use it. He basically knows what he's getting. Just like I basically knew what I was getting. So what he got me was a Silhouette Cameo cutter machine. Cutter and drawer. It's like a Cricut, but a different brand, which I like better. I didn't want the Cricut. The Cricut felt too limiting for me, and so I didn't want to use that. But then he also got me a surprise. He got me the Silhouette Mint, which is a stamp making machine. You can make you can make stamps out of it. So I'm going to be playing with this tonight and making some stamps because when I send out spoolery orders, I put them in little muslin bags. I just do the quick hand stitch muslin bags, and I want to stamp my logo on them because I think that'd be really cool and it would make me feel like I'm a real small business, So I got this. I had 2 orders this weekend, and so I want to put them in fancy stamped bags. I also added more bookmarks. So I make spool bookmarks that look like this. And I added more to, I added more to my Etsy shop than I had before. And they're all book themed as opposed to just kind of random charms or sewing charms. So I also added a video on my Etsy shop, my spoolery Etsy shop, which is linked down below, that shows how you kind of roll them up and make yourself a little bookmark nugget, which I love. I love the little bookmark nugget. Although it's hard to do with your holding your hand up in the air. It's much easier to do when you're not trying to show a camera. So there you go. You end up with a little bookmark nugget. I added more of these to the shop, and you can find them in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below. The last 2 things I want to talk about in this video are Floss Drops and Stitch Alongs. So my Floss Drops came in. I'm going to be working on them and sending them out, the first batch out on Monday. If you're interested in a creepy baby floss drop, a pack of creepy baby floss drops, send me your mailing address on Instagram. Send me a private message on Instagram with your mailing address, or you can email me at christiescornercraft@gmail.com. That information is down below. And I will get a little packet of creepy baby floss drops out to you. And if you don't want any because the baby is too creepy, I totally understand. And some of you will be getting them whether you think he's creepy or not. Sorry. I also want to talk about 2 stitch alongs. The first one is for my birthday. I'm turning 42, which is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And that is on December 28th. And I will be having a Zoom drop-in virtual crafting, stitching party. So if you are interested in hanging out with me, it'll just be on, I think it's a Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday, December 28th from 1 to 6 Central US time, which I think is 7 UK time, 8 European time, at least Western European time. And it's very early Australian time. It starts very early in Australia, but it ends at like a reasonable morning time. So I was hoping to kind of catch everybody. Anyway, if you're interested in hanging out with me, it'll just be like a pop-in when you can, say hello, stitch a few stitches, and stay the whole time, or leave, whichever you want. But if you're interested in hanging out with me on my birthday, just to celebrate, I will have a Google Doc down below where I will ask you for your name, your actual name, your Zoom name, your YouTube/Instagram name, and your email address. And this is just so that like I can send you the link to the Zoom room. And also so I know who you are when you come in, because I'm going to have a waiting room to avoid any like Zoom bombings, essentially. I don't want any unpleasantness on my birthday. So if you're interested in doing that, I will have a link to that Google form down below. Just fill that out. And I will send out the link from that form on the 27th. So you'll have the link at that point. There is a hashtag. I do have a birthday hashtag, and it is History Birthday Sal. I'll put that right here. And basically, even if you can't join me on the birthday Zoom, that's fine. Like, I'm not expecting that people can do this. It's a Tuesday, or a Wednesday morning. It's very random. But if you happen to be stitching on something historical themed, broadly imagined on December 28th, I would love if you would use my hashtag and just sort of think about me for 30 seconds. You know, that kind of thing. No pressure. You don't have to start anything new. Just anything that's vaguely, broadly, historically themed. It could be a historical sampler. It could be your oldest whip. Both of those are history. And I would love to have you celebrate with me. And that is a hashtag on Instagram. And I follow that hashtag, and I will share all of the images on my stories. So if you don't want them shared on my stories, then don't do that, because I'm going to assume that if you are participating in my hashtag, you want them shared in my stories with lots of like hearts and movement and that kind of thing. So that's the first stitch along, is my birthday stitch along. On my birthday, my new start for my birthday is going to be my first Haid, and that is the Lady and the Unicorn that is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, but it is a medieval tapestry. So this is my History Birthday Sal. But I am stitching this long-term, obviously, with Jessica, the Rainy Day Stitcher, who is stitching another one in the series. And our long-term medieval hashtag is Party Like It's $13.99 Sal. So in the next 10 or 20 years, if you stitch on something medieval, use that hashtag, or we'll both be following it. We'll both give you love, and we'll both share it to our stories and on Instagram. Those are my two hashtags I wanted to talk about. I think that covers everything. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. If you want to win the thread winder and the project tracker pad, go with project down below in the comments. Yeah, I think that is enough. And this was super rambly. I'm sorry. I'm going to only lightly edit it, so it's still going to be kind of rambly, but not nearly as bad as it was for me. So with all that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on Tuesday for another video, and I think I'm going to make pom-pom gnomes with you. It'll be like a make-along. I don't know if it's going to be a tutorial. It may just be a make-along. So I'm going to make some pom-pom gnomes with you. If you want to join me, I'd be happy to have you come. And I'm also show you next, the Advents up to Tuesday. All right, I'm done. Thank you for joining me. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.